Alrighty, so for today for math, you're going to turn to page 311 in your books. We are going to be practicing our 3-digit numbers. So once you turn to page 311, we're going to do some problems together, and then we have some independent work that you guys will be working on. So on number 1, it says try out these 4 problems. It says count 100, 200, so what would come next? We have 100, 200. What would come next? We would have 300s. So how many hundreds do we have with 300? We have 3 hundreds. On number 3, we're going to see how many hundreds we have, how many tens, and how many ones we have. So how many hundred squares do we have? I see 1, 2, 3, so 3 hundreds. How many tens do we have? I see 1, 2, so 2 tens. And how many ones do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 ones. So this is the same thing as saying 300 plus 20, 2 tens is 20, plus 5 equals 325. So it's asking us, what do we fill out for this one? So 325, that's how many tens and how many ones. So friends, we're going to count all the tens, okay? So these squares right here are actually 100. So they're saying how many tens are in 100? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, if we have 10 tens in 100, I'm going to say 10 tens. You don't have to write this part down. But I have 10 tens in 100 and I have 3 hundreds. I'm just going to count by tens. So 10, 20, 30. And then I have 2 more tens over here. So 31, 32. So I have 32 tens. And then how many ones do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, friends, if you just want to count each 10 stick until you get to 32, so here's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and go all the way on, you can. I think it's a little bit faster since we know there are 10 tens in every 100. And if I have 3 hundreds, then I have 10, 20, 30. Alrighty. So now I'm going to turn to my next page. Okie dokes. So it says, write hundreds, tens, and ones in this place value chart. So how many hundreds do I have up here? I have 3, so I'm going to write 3 here. How many tens do I have? It says right up here, 0 tens. How many ones do I have? 0 ones. So I'm just pulling that information that they wrote up here. And then number 6, it says I have 3 hundreds plus 2 tens and 5 ones. How many hundreds do I have? Well, it says I have 3 hundreds. I get 3 from right here. How many tens do I have? I have 2 tens. And how many ones do I have? I have 5 ones. I'm just pulling the information from right up top. I'm practicing writing it in my hundreds, tens, and ones chart. Number 7 says, what is the same about the base 10 blocks and the place value chart for 325? So what is the same about the base 10 blocks and the place value chart for 325? So if we're looking at these ones, so these would be our base 10, so 3 hundreds, 2 tens, and 5 ones. How is it the same as doing it this way and this way? Well, they both show 300s, two 10s, and 5 1s. So they're just asking how are these two the same? Well, they're the same because it's showing 300s, so they put the 3 in the hundreds, two 10s, they put the 2 in the 10s, and 5 1s, they're putting the 5 in the 1 section. So for this one, friends, our next one, you may need to pause this video if you need to continue writing. But once you're finished, it's asking us, what model would you use to show 606? So I'm going to do it both ways. So my first way is I'm going to draw this chart that they did. I'm going to draw my chart. And I'm going to make 3 categories. And I'm going to put my H for hundreds, my tens for, a T for tens, and a O for ones. I call this my Hut 2 board. Hundreds, tens, ones. So I need to show 606. So what number is in my ones? I have 6 in my ones. What number is in my tens digit? 0. What number is in my hundreds digit? 6. So this is one way. You only have to draw one way, friends. And then this is your other way. You can say 6 hundreds plus 0 tens plus 6 ones. So this one down here is the same one that we learned about up top, that they gave us. The 300s plus 2 10s plus 5 1s is the same thing as saying 325. So it's showing how can you model 606? Well, I put the 6 in the hundreds, the 0 in the tens, the 6 in the ones, or I can write it as 600s plus 0 tens plus 6 ones. Oops, sorry friends, you couldn't see that. So that's what I wrote there, 600s plus 0 tens plus 6 ones. Alrighty. And then if you guys would like to continue on the green pages for independent work, you may. I am going to have another video down below for you guys to move on if you would like to work with me on this. So if you're still confused about certain things, I suggest that you work on the independent work with me. All right? If not, you're ready to start your independent work.